eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me today as we continue on with the 6.2 main scenario questline of Buried Memory. Just as a quick recap, we were introduced to a brand new character named Zero in the last episode, and she was actually not only Xenos' former avatar, but she's also half void sense. Apparently before she was born, she was touched by darkness, and when she was born, she seemed like an ordinary person until she was about an adult, where she just kind of stopped aging. But as of right now, she's really our only guide that we have around this world because we really don't know much about it or how to survive. But she definitely has a much better idea of basically how to get through it. We also know she has a very unusual ability in that she's able to seal void sense ether inside these crystals called memoria. So she was a really big help because these void sense, they just kept coming back over and over, including Scarmelion, who we previously defeated in the dungeon, but he ended up coming back, and he just kept bringing back all these void sense. So we kind of had to make a deal with her, and she ended up helping us to seal him away inside Crystal, and that's kind of where we left off. But the Warrior of Light did have a vision from the crystal that she picked up, Scarmelion's crystal. And we actually got a look of what Ajdaya looks like, because from what we can kind of pin together, after she flew into the void, eventually it seemed that she was captured by Golbez. We don't know how long ago that was, but she was captured by Golbez and kind of held captive as he just fed her ether to his archfiends, his servants. And that's how Scarmelion and all the others got so powerful, because they've just been feasting on her ether gradually until they became what they are today. I suppose that's how we can look at it. So as of right now, it's confirmed that she is still alive, but we don't know what kind of condition she's in or where she is. So we're just picking up immediately where we left off with that. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so here we are. We're back inside the throne room. Definitely got some damage done from the battle. And I know that Varshawn is really eager to continue forward. Let's talk to Estinian in Groping in the Dark. Estinian looks at you with his piercing gaze. Claire, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought Void Sent here. Yes? But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. Well, we were a bit in a rush, but yeah, they seemed to stay dead at the time. I mean, except the Cloud of Darkness, but she's a special case. I doubt not that they did. There must be a reason why the ones you defeated did not return in contravention of the natural order. Do you remember aught of the ordinary, a sealing magic like Zero's, perhaps? Now that I remember. There are circumstances in which we're unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, but in the process, your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you have come to harbor may break free and coincide into distinct void sense once more. And before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies or your erstwhile prey, a fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Yet despite his greater strength, Scarmelion managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. Interesting. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I combine the ether of the soul in crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. I'm told that heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called oricites. Are they in Memoria one and the same? Oricites. I do not know this word. But the world is vast, and perhaps Memoria has different names elsewhere, but it does sound quite similar. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I've never thought about that. I do know, though, that Voidsense can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. Makes sense to me. I see. Zero, I wish to ask you about the man called Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsense again. Let us entrust the task to Claire. Her echo will help facilitate communication. More importantly, she should be able to maintain her composure better than a concerned sibling. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about the Golbez in my stead? On the terraces to begin with, perhaps. Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. Interesting. So we know a little bit more about how rebirth works in this world. I know what it feels like to have my essence blended with that of another. Yet tumultuous though it was only one warm soul. To be bound to scores of others over thousands of years sounds horrible. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Scarmillion, too, appeared surprised by Zero's power, as she says it must be a lost art. This makes her invaluable to our cause, far more than someone who can simply communicate. You know, she's right there. According to your vision, Golbez recruited his champions and raised an army by offering a dragon's aether in exchange. Whatever his crusade, 'tis unconscionable to use a dragon's life force as fodder. He will answer for his deeds. So with this echo of yours, you can see into the past? Interesting. Those memories may as well be all that remains of it, though. Everything and everyone was warped by darkness. However storied it may appear, this castle is simply the product of its mistress's mind. Really? So it's not real? I guess that might explain a few things, like maybe what these statues are here for, which I don't like. I don't like these statues. I am starting to wish that we had some aether crystals, though. It would make traveling around this place a lot easier. So apparently, the more powerful you become from absorbing others also dilutes your own essence, so you become less of yourself as time goes by. That's really interesting. Did not know that. Okay, so we got 3 beings to talk to. So the clever one hasn't been eaten? No one wants it, then perhaps... Yeah, you probably don't want to do that. Golbez. Of course I know of him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those that they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run. Really? Seems the archfiends keep only those who are fit for battle. Others may escape or be consumed. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. Okay, you're weird. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. Okay, seems the archfiends have been attacking other domains. Their fearsome reputation precedes them. The tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I mustn't eat you. Golbez? I know of him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. His army of minions, Golbez would seldom have need to act personally. It would not be easy to reach him. Well, that was kind of like how he was in Final Fantasy IV. I mean, he really seldom appeared, at least until near the ending of the game, when he was kind of losing all of his servants, and so he kind of had to start acting of his own. I'm guessing that's going to be kind of the same thing here, my bet. So let's go share what we have learned with the others and see where to go from here. Man, we really tore this room up, didn't we? Oh, you finished already? Or did we get carried away talking? There's no easy way to mark the passage of time in this world, nor do I imagine such things concern Voidsent. It would take considerable mental fortitude to still care after millennia in this endless night. There's no end to their questions. I should have demanded more ether. No trouble on your end either? Good. I dare say Scarmillion's fate served as a sufficient warning. Let's hope that those elsewhere have had the same sense. Welcome back, Claire. Were you able to learn aught of value? Some things. So countless Voidsent answered to the Archfiends, who in turn answered to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scarmillion's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. Question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other Archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either way, yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister Ajdaya. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the way of my world already? If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? I mean, I don't think she really needs protection, but surely you desire something. Name it. I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything? That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matters in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you've no reason to refuse a request. The payment need but be to your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superficious. Fair points. Where to now? Either place the Archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle? I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we'll need a large one, but regardless of size, all can be won over with equal. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once. Oh, come on, now what? Oh, it's one of those head things. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear of this. Oh, man. Should have just asked him. He probably would have given us all our answers right there. Okay. So where are we going to next? I mean, I don't think that we'll be seeing too much of this world just yet. Were I here in my true form, I would be able to carry you off, but even were it possible to so enlarge the gate, the risk would be too great. Well, how are we going to get your sister out then? Zero would best know how to handle the creatures. Let us watch and learn. Not all voids then can fly. It stands to reason that some would be made to serve as mounts. We should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. You ready? Oh yeah. Let's see where we go to next. Seriously, that's a big question and that's been on my mind. Like, even if we find Ashdaya, how are we going to get her out of here?
There it is. Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
Yeah, they're gonna go crazy, aren't they?
What is this place?
My domain.
Oh, your domain. So you're kind of...
In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
So she's the boss of this place.
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What's enticing you here? Let me have some, let me have some!
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word. Follow me.
That is cool. Like, this whole, like, dead realm is just so cool. Oh, it's decent size. It is said that a person's domain is a reflection of what abides in their heart. If true, this place may offer a glimpse into Zero's past. Really? It is quite a gathering of void scents. I pray one among them has the knowledge we seek. The longer one lives, the more one yearns for peace. I understand why some would sequester themselves here. Zero's hideout. Not really much here, is there? I'm sorry, I gotta take a look around. This is cool. Interested in me, are you? Too bad I'm not interested in you. Okay. Not much else here. Or in this end. Hungry void sense. Mortals, even the word has an irresistible ring. Just to hear it makes my stomach rumble. Do you even have a stomach? I have to know. Okay, amiable void scent. Oh, hello. It's normal enough for newcomers to appear, but for her to bring them herself, that's never happened before, at least not in my time. I guess we're special. So sad. There's like nothing left. Just crumbling old ruins. Vicious void scent. I'm so hungry I might die, but I can't, not while someone's near. You're not devouring my ether, you hear me? You're not devouring my ether. Don't worry, we have no intention of doing so. Climb up here? No, it doesn't look like it. Ugh. They're bathing in, like, polluted water. Alright. Let's see. You know, I think this would have been a very beautiful place once. It makes me sad. At least the gremlin's enjoying itself. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, if tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. It is a void scent's nature to consume, their sole purpose, even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing. Many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Well, thank you for that. It's nice to have a little bit of protection. Okay, nowhere to run. Having given you due warning, Zero would lead you to your devices. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go amongst the void scent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another, but whether any of those masters in turn serve Golbez, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Most have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. You're going too, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe. Do not expect me to help. Why us, I wonder? And it's settled. I'm ready when you are. Ready? Then lead the way. I leave it to you to decide with whom you speak. Okay, so now Zeros accompany us. I always love this feature. I'm so glad they added it in. Although this is my domain, I don't make a habit of strolling about. 'Tis a strange feeling. What do you usually do here, then? Just kind of wallow in your room, I'm guessing. To walk around with her like that. You're her minion, then. You know I don't take minions. She has some questions and I want you to answer them. Golbez? I don't know that one. Only Skyath. When she let us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Skyath was a powerful voidsent who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. Not that she could tell you anything. She's kind of, dead. Oh. Did not notice this one here. Whose likeness is this, you ask? The hero who shall save the world. I'm waiting for the day he comes. Or was it a she? I can't remember the details. I don't know how long I've been waiting, or why I even wait. Could you be the hero, perhaps? No, I don't think so. Something tells me I'll know when I meet him. Or her. I just have to keep waiting. Oh, really? Can't really see here. Oh my god. Is that like that's like Passage of Arms, and that's the same sword and shield that we used. Well, what do you know? That might just be us. Okay, ask about the plaza. Yeah, what is this? This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall this statue, though. However it came to be here, I certainly don't wish for it. Really? Okay, this is getting really confusing, but I'm liking it. Stay away from me. If you don't want to be eaten, stay away. Golbez. I've heard the name before. I remember! I was speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what it is, but it sounds delicious. A crusade, you say? From whom did you hear this? Farfallio. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfallio can tell us more. Oh, that is interesting. Amiable voidsent again. You're one of the mortals? Is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is. What brings you here, then? Ah, yes, Golbez. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength, a sure sign that he is about to make a move. Well, that's not good. Satisfied with what you've learned? But let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. Okay, so Golbez's plans are slowly coming to fruition then. Seems the rumors of Golbez reach even my remote domain. Fair to assume he's gathered strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfallio once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an archfiend. I suppose I should explain. Farfallio is the weakest among us, constantly in fear of being devoured. He seldom consorts with others. The only one he's comfortable with is Sirito. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat and won't stop until he's exhausted. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether, such as their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Fafario, I presume. And I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. Well, that's nice. Oh no, elsewhere. That's not good. What is this place?
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione's soul into crystal. Crystal? This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. If the very notion wasn't absurd! Drifting on, drowned in darkness. As well we all.
And yet Scarmalione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Going after Zero now.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez. I, Barbariccia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence! No place!
With respect, my locks are free as the wind. Without incentive to sway them, I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
Okay. So it does look like the next trial is Barbariccia, and we do have confirmation that Ashdaya is still alive. I mean, the others don't know that yet, but we do. Farfario keeps to the fringes of my domain, this way. The Void sent here don't answer to a master. They can do as they please. But all must answer to their hunger and seek out prey when they need ether. Except Farfario and Cirato, that is, they are content to take from one another. Bearing an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Cirato will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Farfario, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come. Aren't you gonna lead us then? Sean? It was in order to strike down the cloud of darkness that my sister crossed over into the void. What befell her after she vanished into the gates? How did she become Golbez's captive? These things and more I hope to learn. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. But I'm guessing, like, who knows how long it was since she was captured. Oh. Oh, whatever will I do now? Zerato, this is rather unexpected. Where is Farfalio? Fario isn't here anymore. He's left. Yes, that's right. Left? That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone, all right? What more do you want me to say? And off he flees, as he is wont to do. But something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Zerato's behavior? I mean, he seemed frightened. Perhaps someone threatened him? I doubt it. Had he been threatened, we wouldn't have found him in one place. No, he would run in circles until he could run no more. That is his nature. As he says, Farfario is gone, but that is quite unusual. As is the fact that Zerato, who was clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee, but instead hid here, where Farfario usually... No. We must go after Zerato, now! Okay, what's going on? Zerato, we need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. The wind rises? What is he talking about? After him. It's getting good. So Barbariccia does seem to be the next trial fight. Like, oh man, are we really going to take care of 2 Archfiends in one patch? That's going to be awesome. If a void set is too weak to create its own domain, it must join with others for protection. Alternatively, it might devour them in a bid to become stronger, but in so doing risk losing its sense of self. It is an unenviable struggle. I think that actually sums it up really well. What's gotten into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Barbariccia! Barbariccia? Who in the world is that? We must flee, all of us. There's no time. I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. It's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. Okay. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you. Barbariccia, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? We will be devoured or forced to serve, to fight in the crusade, but it makes no difference. In the end, all are eaten by her or her enemies. I didn't want to fight anymore, that's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything. Almost. I thought it was Farfalio who used to serve an Archfiend, not you. Not you, who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You who now speak as though you were Barbariccia's minion. There's only one explanation. He devoured Farfalio, didn't he? Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So, is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfario? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being. How did you know? It wasn't only your behavior that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely it was at Farfario's behest. Oh, it asked him. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it, Farfario didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Barbariccia more than anything, hated the endless fighting. So he begged me to devour him, that he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. For all the good it did, I can still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer, and though you have no control, your consciousness is in part endures. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turn, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there is no such end here, no escape. All know this. In making his choice, Farfario must have been desperate indeed. And now that desperation has joined with Zerato's fear, driving him to act erratically. It sounds horrible. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten, neither me or Farfario. But there's nowhere to go. Nowhere! And tell me about Barbariccia. I would know who it is we face. It is too late. She's as good as here, and no one can escape her winds. No one. Well, you want to bet on that?
Barbariccia! She has come!
Oh, so that's what he sounds like. I'm guessing that wasn't always there.
And she's brought her domain with her. The Archfiends after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't bear it! Eaten and being eaten! I only want to be left in peace!
You and me both.
There's gotta be something we can do for these guys. Something. I feel terrible.
One of the Archfiends approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Oh, she looks great. Oh, just like how I thought she'd look like.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbariccia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear. And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery.
Oh, she doesn't waste time, does she?
Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell?
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
She's not gonna tell us anything.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
I thought Garuda was a pain.
What's the plan then?
I mean, it's obviously a trap. We all know it's a trap. But kind of have no choice, but if we go, we'll be playing right into her hands.
Aye, that we would. Even so, we don't have any intention of turning tail now, do we?
Fair enough.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary aether. Barbariccia too recognized its potency.
Very well. We have a bargain.
This is gonna be like a common thread throughout the whole thing, like us making bargains with her. Kind of a nice change, though. Like, she'll help us, we just gotta pay the price. I have no intention of demanding anyone's aether until afterwards. Weakening you now would only reduce my chances of getting paid. Just you wait, Barbariccia. I will have answers from you yet. The little I learned in your absence did not pertain to the Archfiends. That discussion can wait until after we've tended to Barbariccia. Sorry. Last time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet my heart weighs heavy for those Barbariccia struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should you require it a moment, Zero. For what? Barbariccia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. There's no time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. Oh, boy! What's next? The wind rises. Okay, so I am very sure that this is going to be leading us to the trial fight, so we'll save that for the next episode, but okay, that was interesting. So we entered Zero's domain. We know a little bit more about, well, maybe not, we don't really know that much about her, but I'm really interested in that whole idea with the statue because, I mean, it looks like it was disfigured on purpose, so you can't tell if it's male or female or anything really about it, but it was using like the passage of arms technique, like the stance for that. It has the sword and shield like from the paladin that we've seen for Endwalker. And Zero just seemed really surprised by it. Apparently, like, these domains are kind of crafted by the ruler of that domain's mind. That's kind of how Zero described it. So I'm guessing that maybe she subconsciously created that statue. I mean, I think that would be really cool. I'll have to do like a whole video on that. But yeah, so I was right. We are going to be facing Barbariccia next, and as the first trial fight, I have no clue what to expect. I really don't. It's been a long time since I played Final Fantasy IV, but something tells me it's not going to be an easy fight. I have a feeling it's going to be completely wild. So, yes, that's going to be it for right now. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're looking forward to next time where we're going to be having the trial fight. And, yeah, I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Fantasy Girl signing out.